Dear friends, I welcome you all to this sacred gathering. Today, let us delve into the teachings of the Buddha on the art of purifying our minds and finding liberation from the grip of negativity, said by Bhikkhu Sujato, a wise monk, sitting on a shade of a banyan tree with a serene smile. The followers listened intently, their hearts open to receive the ancient wisdom that the monk was about to share. Imagine, Bhikkhu Sujato began, that your mind is like a clear, still pond, but just as ripples disturb the surface of the water, negative thoughts disrupt the tranquility of our minds. The Buddha taught us that our thoughts shape our reality. It is through our thoughts that suffering is born, and it is through our thoughts that we can find liberation. A young follower raised his hand and asked, "Venerable Sujato, how can we free ourselves from the burden of negative thoughts that seem to arise so naturally?" Bhikkhu Sujato nodded and replied, "Indeed, negative thoughts are like wild horses running rampant in our minds. To tame them, we must first recognize their presence." The Buddha compared our minds to a garden. Just as a gardener tends to his plants, we must tend to the garden of our minds. When a weed of negative thought arises, we must pluck it out before it has a chance to take root. Another follower questioned, "But Venerable, isn't it easier said than done? Often these thoughts seem overwhelming." Bhikkhu Sujato's eyes twinkled with compassion. Indeed, the mind can be stubborn like a wild elephant. Yet, the Buddha shared a powerful method to subdue this mental turbulence. He taught the practice of mindfulness and meditation. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we can create a space between ourselves and these negative patterns. In this space, we find the freedom to choose our responses rather than react blindly. As the afternoon sun cast dappled shadows beneath the tree, an elderly follower shared, "Venerable, I've heard that it's essential to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Is this true?" Bhikkhu Sujato smiled, "Certainly, my dear friend. Just as darkness cannot exist in the presence of light, negative thoughts cannot thrive in a mind filled with positivity." The Buddha likened our minds to fertile soil. If we plant seeds of compassion, joy, and loving-kindness, they will flourish and crowd out the weeds of negativity. He gathering sat in reflective silence, absorbing the profound teachings shared by the monk. After a while, a thoughtful follower inquired, "Venerable Sujato, you speak of mindfulness, meditation, and positive thoughts, but how do we know if we are making progress?" Bhikkhu Sujato's voice held a gentle assurance. Progress is measured not in leaps and bounds but in the quiet transformation of the heart. The Buddha taught that the path to enlightenment is a gradual one. As you practice mindfulness and meditation, you will notice a greater sense of calm, clarity, and compassion within you. Like a sculptor shaping a masterpiece, each moment you spend cultivating your mind brings you closer to the truth. The sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the assembly. Bhikkhu Sujato concluded, "Dear friends, remember that negative thoughts are like passing clouds, they come and go. By diligently practicing mindfulness, nurturing positive thoughts, and following the Noble Eightfold Path, you can gradually free yourself from the grip of negativity. Just as a lotus blooms in muddy waters, your mind can rise above the mire of suffering and find the pure waters of enlightenment." With hearts full of gratitude, the followers bowed to Bhikkhu Sujato, carrying his teachings with them as they embarked on their individual journeys towards a mind liberated from negativity. Under the banyan tree, the monks' words continued to echo like a soothing melody, guiding them toward the inner peace they so earnestly sought.